So Paul convinced me we need to do more of a long format video.
So here we go.
That.
Yeah, let's go. Let's talk about it. Okay, first one. How'd the year go? Year one, we owned a golf course. 1 out of 10. 10 being everything you thought of and more. 1 being absolutely awful. Why did we do this? What would you rank it?
I think I can comfortably and excitedly give it a 10 just because of our staff.
That's fair. They crushed it. Yeah.
We were lost ducks on occasion, but
yeah,
they knew what they were doing.
Absolutely. I agree with that, actually. I originally was going to be like a 8 or a 7 or an 8, just because we learned a lot. We overspent in some spots, and there was a lot of moments of just, oh gosh, what do we do next? And when we got the letter in the mail from the Minnesota Department of Revenue saying, hey, where's your sales tax? Moment of panic. Absolutely a moment of panic. But one tip, just call them. They will play the I'm so sorry, I didn't know.
They want you to send them the money.
Yeah, they want your money regardless. So, but just calling them was by far the easiest thing. They walked me through exactly what to do and how to do it, and we never missed it from then on. So, lesson learned on the first one. But beyond that, that was good. But yes, you're right. The staff, from the lawnmowers all the way up to our GM and superintendent, crushed it, and by far made this year possible for us. Yeah, absolutely. What was one of the funniest?
And also, real quick.
No, go ahead.
Also, quick shout out. We have a handful of amazing volunteers. Also.
Yeah.
That really, we've got guys that'll come in and put out the golf carts in the morning and put them away in the evening, and we trade them some golf and some food. Everybody likes food. And then
and Joe, our cart mechanic,
he fixes carts for us, and
Joe's
that
awesome.
saves us.
Yeah, huge. He lives right on the course, right on the driving range, and he's got a big shop, and he loves to tinker. So he's been kind of the course's cart mechanic for many years, and we love Joe and his awesome jokes. And same with Sonny and Jerry number 2. We've got 2 Jerrys on staff, Jerry 1 and Jerry 2. And Jerry 2 he's just awesome. He's a Jerry 1's awesome too, but he volunteers and helps us out, and is just kind of that all hands on deck. What do you need done? I'm here to help.
Yeah, he's always there for the big events and the day-to-day.
Yeah. Emptying garbage cans out on the course and towing off carts when they get broken down. I mean, he's a one of a kind, that's for sure. So we appreciate all of them. Good point.
What do you think the funniest decision you had to make this year was?
Ooh.
That you couldn't have planned for, just came up.
Yeah, one of them that jumps to my brain right away is I had to decide where the candy bars were going to get displayed and stored, which I thought would be a relatively easy decision. But if we put them in one place, as the sun would set, it would melt the chocolate bars. We didn't have room in the fridge, and we didn't really have another good place for them, which turned into being like a half a day trying to figure out what was the best route or option for this. We ended up putting a piece of tint on the window so we could keep them where they fit best, but didn't melt, which was just such a goofy thing that, when you say, you're going to own a business or own a golf course, choosing where the candy bars got displayed was not something I would have expected or put in the list of questions to be prepared for. How are you? What was an outlandish or different decision that you wouldn't have thought about?
I guess a small one was probably just putting all the sizes on the clothing hangers.
The little tags of this is medium, this is large. Yeah, which was a great decision. It worked out way better than trying to figure out you search through every size. No, it was easy for people to figure it out.
I feel like the bigger decisions were things that we already considered possibly like coming up, or
for sure.
Where those little things were just like, what? We need to decide this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What was one learning mistake that or learning opportunity. We don't call them mistakes. We call them learning opportunities.
Oh.
Do you feel like we had in this first year?
Before you look at how you did in a month or even year to date in QuickBooks, be sure that you refreshed all of the transactions from all of your accounts, because I panicked because there was a bunch of money missing. But really, I just had a bank account that had disconnected and needed to be refreshed. So be sure you refresh your QuickBooks accounts and you have all the transactions organized before you look at your profit and loss sheet.
Yeah, that was definitely a little moment of panic as well, when a lot of money was missing all of a sudden, but it was there, thankfully. One of my biggest learning opportunities, I think, was probably understanding a little bit more of the back end of owning a golf course, which, I think you would apply it to any business, but like understanding how the state needs their cut, the federal needs their cut, understanding when you need to pay those things, how the city government and local government work within your business, right? We could have saved ourselves a little bit of stress if we would have known we had to go to the township meeting to get our liquor license before going to the county meeting to get our liquor license from them. We had to get both, and in that specific order, where we started with the county, missed the township meeting that's only once a month, so we had to wait till March rather than February to get our liquor license. And beer and golf kind of go hand in hand, and your patrons, they like their beer. So that was probably one of my bigger learning opportunities. Thankfully, now that we've got our township approval, we only have to do that once, and then from there forward, we don't have to do it every year. We just have to submit to the county again. But again, just understanding all of that, I think we've talked about it a lot. There's no how to own a golf course 101 book.
Not really.
There's not a step-by-step to-do list for this one. There might be a course owner for dummies book out there, but I don't think it encapsulates everything you have to do. But yeah, I think you just gotta kind of learn, ask the questions. We're lucky we have the Small Business Development Center here in Minnesota that we've became a part of and really relied a fair amount on this year, of just like when we had one of those business questions that maybe were not in the textbook from college.
Story time. So we mentioned a couple times that our staff crushed it all summer long. There wasn't a real moment where we felt like, oh no, we need to drop everything we're working on and run out to the course. Because, little background story, I still work full-time at my job at Essentia Health, and Paul still sells real estate full-time. So
if you're looking to buy or sell in the state of Minnesota, give me a shout.
yes.
Subtle plug.
But we got all the way to September, and there was a weekend where our general manager and our kitchen supervisor both said, we want this weekend off, same weekend, and we said, no worries, we've got it. We thought we knew what we were doing at that point.
Yeah, this was pretty much through the whole summer, and they've
Yes.
been busting their butts for us.
Yes.
And so we said, yes, you both take this time off. We'll manage it. We'll handle. We'll be on the floor. We'll work. We'll crush it out.
So Paul took over day one.
Which was Friday.
I was at work till 3:30ish, and then I came out there to visit him.
Happened to be my birthday as well.
Happened to be your birthday. And how did that birthday go?
It was an amazing birthday. I had so much fun until like 9:30 a.m. Day started out, there was no rain in the forecast, mind you, or maybe a little like sprinkling, but no storm was in the path. And so I got out there, 6:30 a.m., opened the course up, get things going, turn on the grills, get the lights on, get carts out, whatever. And it wasn't a super busy day on the tee sheet, but busy enough, tee times trickling in throughout the morning and whatever. And so we start getting some people going. People are going off. I'm, making up a couple of breakfast burritos in the back. And all of a sudden people start coming back in. from the course. And one of our members, Butch, goes, "There's a hefty cloud out there coming over." He had just finished he actually finished 18 that morning. And every morning. Butch, we love you. You're awesome. But anyways, he said this big storm cloud was rolling in, and sure enough, I look outside and it was dark. And long story short, we started to have, the 20 people that were out on the course were all of a sudden back in the pro shop because the storm looks like it's rolling through. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And sure enough, it just downpours. It starts coming, raining cats and dogs, and which again is fine. People, rain happens, whatever. Well, then lightning struck somewhere nearby, and we lost power. Again, not the end of the world. Couple seconds go by, comes back on. Not the end of the world. I'm still trying to make breakfast, pouring coffee, getting people, whatever they need. Start selling some pull tabs, kill some time. Well, the day keeps going on. Rain kind of clears up. People start to go back out and golf, and we get through that. Kind of didn't think of too much about it, other than trying to reset the router, get the POS system working again. Mind you, this is like my first real day on the job. Like I'd never really
without Jerry Orley.
Yeah, without one of our staff who's been there for a while with me or there. So I'm trying to kind of figure things off, and I don't know, hour, 2 hours go by, and I go back. Somebody had ordered a burger and wanted a basket of fries, and I go to drop the fries into the fryer, and normally, if you've ever cooked in a kitchen, it goes tss and starts sizzling immediately. Well, you put it in and went plop, and there was just about no sound. It was I could stick my finger in the oil. It was cold already, which was not good. So we have two, side-by-side fryer, and one was working, one wasn't. Thankfully, we were able to limp through the rest of the day, but one of our fryers went down. The lightning blew a fuse in the fryer. I didn't know that, but I spent half the day trying to get it reset, unplugging it, plugging it back in, turning it off, whatever. Calling everybody on staff to see if we can. I even called our food rep, who happened to live up the road, to come in and look at this thing with us. Couldn't get it to work. Whatever. Day keeps going. In kind of the midst of that chaos, when the rain was coming down, I also had a member who was sitting at one of our tables. Maybe it wasn't a member. It doesn't matter. And he calls me over and says, "Hey, I think your roof is leaking." And sure enough, nearly into his coffee cup, rain is coming through our ceiling. And it was just like, wonderful. This is top notch. Going so splendid. I also got a text from my brother and my mom, who were back at my house, or our house, and our garage had flooded. We have a drain in the base, or in the floor of it, and it rained hard enough that it backfilled up into the garage. So I have a wonderful mom and brother who moved everything and got stuff out of the way that nothing was getting too wet, but just adding stress to this amazing day of my birthday, my 29th birthday. And the day continues on, and the afternoon gal, Kay, who's been an awesome cook for us, she comes in and helps us out on weekends and for men's league, came in about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and also went to throw a burger or something on the flat top. Sure enough, cold, or no longer hot, that's for sure. And of course, so now we're down a kitchen, fryer, and our flat top, which we have a small kitchen, so it's pretty much our entire kitchen is closed at this point.
We have the stove top, but
yeah, we have an oven,
efficient.
But that's not how we normally cook things on it. Grilling a burger in a sauce or a fry pan one by one, it works, but it wasn't the most efficient way for our kitchen to operate. And then we had one fryer and a couple pizza ovens. But it was just kind of one of those days. And then Allison and the fam showed up later that evening to brighten my mood and my spirits with a Cold Stone cake. And they ended up bringing pizzas because they didn't know if we would have enough. We were supposed to do birthday dinner out there that weekend. And man, that was a fun birthday, to say the least. It'll be a memorable one for sure. But yeah, that was a fun day.
Yeah. And then to top it off, So we kind of got things pieced back together, and
Yeah, we were in a limb
And-
through the weekend.
we got out the hot dog roller that we hadn't been using. We'd just been doing them on the flat top, but we got out the hot dog roller, and we had half a fryer, and we trudged into Saturday with our spirits still hanging on.
Yep.
Jerry and Lynn, we haven't SOS'd yet, but we definitely
Wanted to.
But so the next day we rolled back in to get everything set up, and with our limited kitchen, but everything else for the most part was working, and there was no rain in the forecast, so the roof was going to work for Saturday. And we just happened to catch one of the busier Saturdays of that summer. People started rolling in. Tea
Yeah.
times were
We had two
booked.
big groups.
Two big groups. Yep.
One that was scheduled to eat dinner at the course, so we were supposed to make them a pasta bar, which we did do. We filled
the crock pots.
we got the crock pots and the roasters, and we did it. But yeah, we had two different groups. I think one was like a 28, and then the family group was like 32.
Yep.
Just chaotic, hectic day.
And then the tea sheet looked like there was kind of some gaps in there where we could figure things out. And just as the day went on, more and more just little groups of people were stacking into there and filling it right up.
Yeah, by far one of our best Saturdays, probably throughout the year, let alone in September in the fall, which we did not expect. And as excited, but yet kind of newbies, we kept taking the tea times. We like, yeah, come on out, we'll fit you in. Well, noon, 12:30 rolls around, and
We've got no cards.
we ran out of cards. Out of our 40-some cards, they were all out. And we had people showed up for this afternoon, this bigger group. So we had already started to give some cards out to them who were going over to the range, warming up, whatever, which we thought would be fine until we had no cards left. And so I remember hopping in one of the carts we had and running up the 18th and 17th holes to be like, okay, how soon are more carts going to be coming in that we can turn them over and get them ready? And thankfully there was a couple groups, but they were still on like hole 17 and 16. So we had 10, 15 minutes at least before they would be into the pro shop that we could turn the cart over to the next guest. So we had a stressful day, and Allison had an amazing conversation with somebody who we had already given them a cart, and we kind of had to ask them to take their stuff off of it.
I felt so bad. But
Yeah. Oh, it was so funny. I mean, looking back, it was hilarious. But
they were nice enough. They
Yeah,
understood
they
that we had to get
understood.
the people in front of them out, and to do that, we had to give them the card, or otherwise we'd start getting backed up and all those things. And I just remember we finally got all the way through the chaos, and I'm pretty sure, by that time Kay came in, and then
yeah, we had called in Kay again early to help
Yep.
cook the food because we were getting ran over out on the course.
And she was so sweet. After everything kind of settled in a little bit, she kicked Paul and I into the back room and gave us each a plate full of pasta, and we were sitting back there on
Yeah, it was.
some bins and whatnot.
Yeah, that was probably like 6:30 in the. I mean, it was like day was over. We had been running around. We did our best, and we made it work. It turned out to be a great day.
Yeah.
But she had taken some leftover. I think it was chicken Alfredo from the pasta feed, put them on plates for us, and said, "You two, go sit down." So thank you, Kay, for looking after us and making sure we ate. We were probably running on coffee and Red Bull at that point in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's say we put on a lot of steps that day.
It turned out.
It did. Well, I don't know how to really wrap these up, but this was our first long form conversation about our golf course. So if you have questions, you want to hear other stories, hit the follow button, and we'll talk to you next time. Right, Moose?
And this is Moose.
Oh, yeah, Moose.
And this is Ember.
Ember.
Emmy,
Oh.
over here. There she is.
Yeah. There's Moose and Ember. Alrighty. Peace. See you next time.